Good afternoon and welcome. Is the Buzz on Galaxy Television. It's the show that keeps you closer, or takes you closer, or brings you closer, whichever English you prefer, to social media. We tell it as it is right here on the show. My name is Patience Bendo Okafor. Welcome you on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. It's the 17th of July, 2018. I'm here with Alera. Good afternoon, Alera.
Good afternoon, Patience. I've actually left the weather report.
no forecast weather anymore.
Yeah.
It's rainy season. Anytime the rain comes down, we accept it. It's blessing.
We'll accept it. Well, a beautiful Tuesday afternoon to you out there. Today's edition of The Buzz promises to be very, very educative.
That's right.
Entertaining.
All right. We have guests with us on the show this afternoon. We have on my far right over there in that corner, Mr. Peter Osangbi. Mr. Peter Osangbi is fast becoming a regular.
Yes.
Sunday medicine. You remember that malaria drug we used to call Sunday medicine? Mr. Peter Osangbi is a public relations expert. He's also a social commentator. Good afternoon, Mr. Osangbi.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Nice to be here again.
Nice to have you here.
Nice.
Also, we have another one of our regulars. He is a Buharist, if we can put it that way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pro Buhari in every dimension, in every ramification. You can't say anything negative about our dear president in front of this man. But it also shows you as a patriotic citizen, which I like. He is a renowned journalist with the Guardian newspaper. Was with the Guardian newspaper.
I'm a media lobbyist.
Yes. All right, Mr. Justin Akbovi Esade. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Good afternoon, Mr. Justin.
All right, we still await Betty Abba. We're going to give her an award for coming late. She's always late, but we hope she'll join us in the course of the show. She'll be here in a bit. All right, today is a very special day for me. I'm excited because today my daughter is graduating.
Oh,
From secondary school.
From secondary school.
That's the problem.
She's a big girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she done the old small.
You know, I look at her and I'm like, when did I have this one?
Yeah, I recall.
Taller than I am,
Yeah,
you know.
I remember that time.
You remember that time?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Wow, she's so excited. Couldn't sleep last night, and I think I understand. All right, so let's get into the mood of the show. 0802-836-8971 is the number to call. And of course, you can also join us on social media.
Yes, and that's on Facebook, facebook.com/GalaxyTV, and on Twitter at official Galaxy TV, knowing that you can get to watch previous editions of the program via our YouTube channel, Galaxy TV Nigeria, and catch a repeat broadcast. That's about 1 a.m. to 2
every day.
Every day.
All right, let's go straight into our topics today, gentlemen. The first topic says CBN goes tough on abusers of Naira notes. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has issued a warning against spraying, selling, and mutilation of Naira notes, a criminal offense which the bank said attracts 5 years imprisonment. Expressing worry over the act, which it said is becoming common practice among Nigerians, the Apex Bank said anyone caught would henceforth be made to face the full wrath of the law. It assured marketers, merchants, shopping malls, and supermarkets of the bank's continuous injection of huge volumes of banknotes into circulation. Of course, gentlemen, we all know the current state of a lot of our currencies. Maybe we should start from that, defacing our Naira notes, especially 100 Naira and 50 Naira notes.
Sorry, you can still get to see new 50 Naira notes.
New?
Yes, but 100 Naira notes are actually, you cannot.
100 Naira notes.
Patience, you cannot reject. If you probably need to collect your 100
You
Naira
can't
change.
reject.
You cannot reject
In any
100
condition,
Naira.
just accept.
Just accept it.
All right, let's take this quick footage of Nigerians lamenting the current state of our currency, and then we'll come back to the table.
This one is not good. This one is not a money, sir. Rag. I can call it shrag. That's the qualification I give to it. We have it many. This one is even better. We urge the government to provide another notes one. If we don't want them again.
600 naira now, 6. Publish 100 naira, 6. 600 naira, look it. 6 Nigerian money. I got money, see this. The other are no good. 500 better than first. See the money.
Beg. You no good now. You don't tear. This money no good. You don't hold. See. You don't hold. Yes, I'm a driver. If I give passenger this money now, they go reject me. They say they don't collect it. Every day, fast. For inside motor.
100 naira, sir. See what you want give me. Nigeria, giant of Africa. What's giant in Africa? See, Nigeria, 100 naira. If I carry this 100 naira and I put for here, before I can come out, it don't tear. May they bring another one. If they go even do a plastic like as they do that 50 naira, it's still better than all this trash. May they do better one.
Need to the federal government to help us go and burn it. It's out of hand. It's causing a big trouble everywhere. Inside our house, inside the market, inside the bus stops. It's causing a big problem. Some of them they have arrested themselves because of this money. And we too, we don't want to collect it again. We are imploring the federal government to help us carry all this this money. They have already been expired from their office, and we are seeing this new note. Whenever we go to any party, they are using it they are selling it. Are you with me? They are selling it in the party, but it's a domestic use for us. But they didn't allow us to see it.
Welcome back. 0802-836-8971 is the number. All right, Mr. Justin, let's talk. You can see Nigerians, condemning, the current state of some of our legal tender there. But this new law by the CBN, how enforceable do you think this is? This is not the first time, they were talking about.
This is about the 10th time getting
so
to
how
hear
enforceable
about
is
kind
this
of
law?
And I want to assure you that the person who issued that statement has done his or her job and gone back to the office, and that is where it's going to end. That said, I will also say at this point that I do not know where the fault is. I do not know who to blame for the current state of our currency, especially the 100 naira note. I am somebody who will never reject any note as long as I will spend it. You understand? But I've noticed that recently I get so many bad notes. And the flip side of it is that people do not reject it anymore. So we are getting used to it. But then, does it make it right? No. So, if I was made, when I was growing up, I was made to understand that when a particular note, a particular denomination is so bad, they burn it. I don't know whether it's true or not. But I think somebody has decided not to burn it anymore, and so they are pushing it back to the public. Now, it brings us back to the issue of people selling new notes. How are they getting it? Because I'm not a party person, but once in a while when I attend one, I see young women, young men holding bundles of very new 100 naira notes, 1,000 naira, 500 naira, 200 naira, even up to 20 naira. Very new. So are they getting it? So I did a private investigation some time ago.
Okay.
And I know that they have a contact in some of the banks, if not all, so where they also pay to get it. So when they pay, naturally they should sell it because it's business now. We are talking about business now. So they sell it. So it's a shame that selling new notes has become a business. But who do you blame? When we live in a very peculiar society like ours, where we say it's a status symbol, or if I attended, maybe like your daughter is graduating tomorrow, yes? Is it today? Tomorrow? Today. Now, if we live here now, we attend this thing, I should be spraying her new notes instead of...
it's almost like a taboo to spray old notes. I don't think I've ever seen that.
But does it devalue whether you spray the old or the new? Does it devalue the naira? So it's
a mentality thing.
Yeah. And we created it. So we are paying dearly for it.
Okay.
That I need to spray new notes for me to show that I value Alero at a party. If not, if I took my my very wimpy bundle of 10,000 naira of 100 naira denomination and I decided to spray Alero with it, if Alero will even which kind of money with this, that is how it is.
Okay. All right, now, way back then, like you said, growing up, it was, we had the National Orientation Agency going to do canvassing and educating the populace about how to handle the Naira notes. You don't write on the notes, you don't fold the notes.
We will never obey that kind of directive.
But these days, it seems we just make laws and we just go to...
No, there's no enforcement. I said it. I said the person who issued that statement has gone back to his or her office. And nothing is going to happen. Nobody is going to enforce anything. And come to think of it, when you attend a party now and see people spraying money and you want to arrest them, there's going to be a mob action.
Okay. Let's bring Mr. Osangbe into
this discussion. I quite understand the perspective he's coming from. But my opinion is that this thing has a cultural implication, it has attitudinal issues, then it has failure of government issues. I'll take them one after the other until we begin to reorientate ourselves. You don't even need, ordinarily, National Orientation Agency ought to be doing their job, but you don't need National Orientation Agency to tell you now how to handle your currency. So it's, an attitude thing. That please now just be a little bit decent.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Show some respect about how at times you will squeeze them, and even you women, you put it, inside this place.
No,
and all
we
that.
don't do that. Our generation don't do that.
Our generation, maybe our mother generation.
Who are
When
still
the
in the market.
No, they don't do that.
Our generation.
They have this local
pouch.
They put it inside there. Did you understand? Then we must now begin to change too in terms of how we behave at parties. For me, you can actually dance and enjoy yourselves without spraying. You can put in an envelope and give to the fellow as a way of support, which is okay. That's our nature, that's our culture. Very welcome development. But to now begin to spray, that's where you begin to, destroy.
It's a status thing.
Competition.
Yeah, you begin to destroy it. And then if you stop all that, you put out all these people who are selling it at parties from market. So it will no longer become fashionable for them, profitable for them to begin to do that. Then the bankers themselves, there's complicity on their own part. Serious complicity on their own part, and all that has to be addressed. But importantly, we must begin to reorientate ourselves. Now, like he said, the fellow has gone back to sleep. What I would expect them to do is to actually enforce. You need the police. You need the police, to be able to do that. Go to specific. Once you get one or two persons to show us examples, the story will spread, and all that will stop. But beyond that, talking economics, you must equally address it, economically. If you go to other parts of the world, there's no place, they don't carry money about again these days. In fact, in a recent trip to the US, we went for a convention of my order, and we went to a shopping mall, we had shopped and all that. We came with our dollars. The cashier was alarmed that we were paying a bill of $380 cash. And somebody else was paying about $500 cash. She had to look at the money thoroughly and all that to ensure that. And then she now called her manager.
Yes.
And then guess what? They now said to us, can you pay by cash? I mean, by card, please. Say, no, we got cash. But some of us might, we knew why, because they're not used to seeing such volume.
Yeah.
So government is doing their best, you know. Don't smile too much. I'm not saying Buhari. I mean, governments, previous governments.
But you know the thing is, you know, Lagos State tried to advocate for a cashless society.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
And all that.
You know, if you say, yeah, there was this even I think it's DFID that is trying to help us. You know, all these money payment methods.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Luckily now, banks have done well. If we have 15 here now, at least 13 of us can do transfers, you know, online and you know on our phones and get it done. So until we begin to reduce, you know, those payments, because even in England, off license where you can buy drinks and all that, people they don't pay by cash again. So until all that, we begin to use modern methods, then
exactly.
we are still there.
And I think I agree with you that government still needs to do so much, because I would rather, you know, use my card to pay for, you know, transactions and all of that. But then a huge number of the populace still exercise fear over this thing, this issue of cashless transactions. Because you know what our network, you know,
yeah, well,
is
I don't buy
I have had
network.
experience where I made a payment and then I was double.
Yeah, you will still get your refund.
To get the refund in the banks, have you ever tried to get a refund?
Yes, I've been there.
It's hellish.
It is.
It is hellish.
And that's putting it mildly.
Yes, and my bank told me when I was debited 20,000, that was late last year, and my bank told me when I went to complain, I made the withdrawal at an ATM in VI. Before I got to Surulere, I was not paid. I went to complain, and the young lady told me, you will
wait for 7 working days.
No, 14 working days.
Wow.
And I said, did I hear you well?
Yes.
It's not a different bank.
It's the same.
If it's the same bank, it should revert immediately.
Yeah.
No, she said 14 working days. And I was almost getting angry. I said, are you okay? She said, yeah, 14 working days.
That sounds
But,
strange.
you know,
I
was lucky that it took 3 days.
Eventually.
But
Eventually.
Did they give you back your money?
Yes.
Okay.
They did. But then she had already told me to be on the safe side. I think she plays safe. So in case I wouldn't be coming to the bank every other day, she said 14 days.
Okay.
Working days. So I calculated from that day and I said, 7 days, 14.
Yeah.
14.
You know, you are lucky you got your money back. I had an experience. I bought some clothes. I won't mention names, but it's a clothing store for children owned by South African. So we have an idea.
I know.
All right. So, and I paid with my card, and something happened along the line. I was double charged. You know, until today. I'm talking about an issue of last year. I still haven't gotten my money back.
That's true.
You know, so yeah, because they told me the money has already been imputed. It's gone straight to headquarters.
Yes.
You know, blah blah blah.
Yes,
like something that happened right now, you cannot trace.
But it can also
So,
be an embarrassing
those are
situation
issues.
when
Those are
you
issues.
go with your card to somewhere. It happened to me
So you don't
before,
have network.
and
No
I said,
network.
yeah. And after I and my friends, we've done the drinking
Done
and
justice
eating,
to it.
and I wanted to pay, and there was a network. So imagine if it was a place I was not known.
You go wash plates. You go wash plates.
So what happened was that I just said, okay, of course I wouldn't mention the name, but then we know where I always hang out. He said, hey, where you come? Tomorrow when I'm passing by, I'll drop the money. But I was that day I was so scared. So so imagine if we went to VI.
Okay.
And they don't know you there.
They don't
Okay,
know
you
you.
know, so we don't debate.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
questions. Now, talking about enforcing the laws or the people that actually up this Naira notes, what do you think would have to be? Do you have to now station a policeman, or probably a mobile policeman?
No, you don't have
It's a
to.
special tax force.
Special
tax
task
force.
force.
Yes.
Like you said, don't you think that's actually going to cause another uproar
Beyond-
at
beyond-
the event itself?
Beyond special task force, organizers of events must make it clear. Just like when they say don't spray money on the head of the celebrant, whatever that means. I say spray on my head, even on my leg. I don't mind. It won't kill me. But the point is, they say you must stop that. those who organize the event must stop. You know those who are coming to sell. You have invited people. Sorry, yes, can I help you? Oh, you see them carrying bag of money. Sorry, you can't come in here. Do you understand? Then the moment you start doing that, you don't necessarily need police to come and physically stand there.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So organizers of events must insist that such doesn't happen in the
Or how do you get the organizers of the events to key into
through orientation? We had said here.
Who will carry out that
National Orientation Agency. What the
NOA.
National Orientation Agency does is to sing praise your Mr. Integrity instead of doing the job. Their job is not to kowtow to party whatever. Rather, it is for them to disseminate information or reorientate people on attitude.
Because
and they are failing that.
right now, Mr. Pisa, because what I'm actually going to be saying right now is it's going to be another way of money making for some other officers that will be catching these other people. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'll probably just get to see you, okay, madam, settle me. Because they don't know.
I know while watching the news, I've seen some arrests, being made here and there of people who trade our currency and all that. But having said that, before, if I wanted new notes, I go to the ATM. I get.
You will never get. You never get it now.
500 naira
It
notes.
doesn't happen.
No, patience. I know
So is the
about
bank
that.
saying they don't have new notes anymore?
No,
Even
no.
the ATM.
No,
are
they are selling it to these people who are selling
I
at
said
parties.
there's complicity on their part. They sell to these people.
Yes.
But then,
Peter,
Mr. Osanbi, what you said earlier, we have to insist on that. Every true Nigerian, we have that responsibility to handle our currency properly. Remember all these bad and torn naira notes we have flying about now? They were once new.
Yes.
So how did they get to this condition they are in now? It's the way they are handled. How come the same Nigeria who will get naira and just squeeze it in their pocket, when you give them dollar, they straighten it and handle it well.
I am beginning to have a doubt if actually these 100 naira notes were once new.
They were once new.
Because how? What's the time frame?
They were once new. It's the way they were handled. Have you gone to the market and see how traders? It's true how they handle money.
And they squeeze it and throw it inside a bowl.
Yes, you keep doing that to some every day.
Even
It goes
the woman
round.
selling palm oil will just finish. See, we must reorientate ourselves.
We have to be responsible.
You don't even need government to, faith-based organizations can actually do that and begin to reorientate their people. People, if you are going to put offertory in the church or whatever,
Put it in an envelope.
They squeeze it and
so
hold
that
it so
the
that
neighbor
You don't know how
but
much
you're destroying the money.
But nowadays, I think they have envelopes that they
but some of us who have attended churches outside the country, where you don't want to put offertory, you don't squeeze the dollar, you don't squeeze the pound sterling. You still hold it with it is an attitude thing. We must begin to reorientate ourselves to say, no, hang on, this can't be done again. For instance, the national flag, if you want to finish an American, tear their flag. Or a British man, burn the flag. You've caused trouble.
Of course.
For any serious organization. If you and I are walking on the streets now, on Allen, and they see the national flag on the floor, nobody will walk past it. Nobody cares. Do you understand? So we must begin to reorientate ourselves.
We have to.
But I think that most times it happens to be, it's mainly the elites that gets spends that spray the notes and.
It's not only the elites.
Most of them, the socialites. Let me just get
very
the
poor
socialites.
people do that. Very poor people buy 1,000 naira or 500 naira.
Did they spray money during Dangote's daughter's wedding?
So what are you
Did they spray money there?
Socialites. A lot of socialites.
You are right. Very poor people.
In fact, we have improved now. We have money spraying machines.
You do
Some
not.
poor ones have not had money.
It's only a poor man that wants to give the impression that he's rich.
Okay, let's look at
The
how
rich
our
man will
viewers are
not give that
reacting.
kind of impression because you know him. You know him.
All right, our viewers are also reacting to the topic. Great job, Justin and Co. Proud to see you live. Kudos, Galaxy TV. That one is from Felix Manasseh from Gombe. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Shitu from Kaduna. I had same issue with, all right, he mentioned the name of the stores at Ikeja, the same clothing store. I think it's becoming like, because I had the experience too. I was double debited with their POS 3 weeks ago. I hope you get your money back since I haven't gotten my money back. It's more than a year.
You've moved on.
I've
So
moved
where's the
on,
Consumer Protection Agency?
Yes, it's totally wrong. Let CBN tell us what you do with money in the party. Let Nigeria stop ascribing to what is not our problem. If the money is bad, think of alternative. Where do people who sell money at parties get new notes and we spend smelling Naira notes?
We've said that already.
Good day, presenters. A big congratulations to Patience for our daughter's graduation. Oh. Yeah. about the handling of our currency. The government should enforce the law with all seriousness, especially on those that sell it at the parties, and also go on air in making people aware of it. Joseph from Benin. All right, David Iku from Otukpo in Benue State says there should be regulations prohibiting rejection of Naira note by the customers and manhandling of Naira note. There should be agency to checkmate the act. Okay, of course, we didn't mention there are health implications as well, you know. Those old, smelly Naira notes, they are bacteria infected too. Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking about something really big here.
But sorry, Patience, is that really our problem?
It's not, but it doesn't mean why we're tackling the main problem.
Yeah,
there are surrounding issues, yes. So they are all part of Nigerian issues.
Okay.
Let's move on from here. 8.7 million children out of school in Nigeria. The figure represents about 15% of the total number of out-of-school children in Africa. UNESCO's official definition for out-of-school children is those of official primary school age who are not enrolled in either primary or secondary school. All right, we have a short report on how difficult it is to get quality education in Nigeria, and the report is courtesy Al Jazeera. We'll be back after this.
Ikota Primary is a popular school run by Lagos State Government, but it's facing major challenges in providing a decent education for the children here. There are 116 students to every one teacher, nearly 4 times the state's target ratio of 30 students per teacher. And there are other problems.
We have acute shortage of toilets. And then our main gate needs repair.
Nigeria's federal government has allocated over $2 billion to basic education in the last 4 years, with some of the money coming from international donors. According to the federal government, millions of dollars set aside for education are not being used by state governments. It also says some state governments are employing large numbers of unqualified teachers, they don't have enough school examiners, and are not inspecting schools properly. This is leading to poor educational standards in state schools. That's why Evelyn Etta decided to send her children to private school.
They are more focused, you know, because the owner of the school is there, and then it's actually interactive. The parents get to have their input.
We have different types of homes.
There's been an increase in private schools like Green Springs, where the facilities are much better. And private school need not be prohibitively expensive. Fees can be as low as $1,000 a year. The Lagos State government says available federal funding only adds up to about 20% of the money needed. The state has to generate its own money to fund education.
As a government, you cannot put all your money in education. To spend what we earn, we're trying very hard. It's not yet uhuru, but at least we're doing our bit. As we speak, in the last couple of years, we have 200 classes added to the number of classrooms that we have.
The challenges in Lagos are huge. The number of children needing an education increases as the population grows. To meet demand, federal funds will have to be increased, and the state will have to figure out ways to generate more funds for schools.
Join us again. All right, while we took that break, our third panelist came into the studio, and of course, we introduced you earlier before you go here, but this is Betty Abba. She's a social worker, an activist, and an author. Thank you, Betty, for joining us on the show.
Again, I'm sorry for coming late.
It's all right. Okay. All right, so 8.7 million children out of school in Nigeria, and I think that statistics I will not even accept it. Yeah,
it's bogus.
It's not bogus.
It's not bogus.
It is not bogus, Justin.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Bogus.
It's bogus.
I can't.
All right, Betty, you work with children. Let's have your take.
I'm not even sure that figure is correct because since 2000 it's higher. I assume it's higher because since 2013 we've topped the world out-of-school children. The rate for out-of-school children, we've had 13 million, the whole world.
The whole world.
13 million, 12 million, 11 million. So I don't know how it drastically went from 11 million last year to 8 million when we're having more conflict, more displacement all across the country, especially with the health crisis coming up. And so I think I assume that it's even higher than that. But then it's not just about lamentation. It's not about lamenting the number and all of that. But what is government's response to all of this? We have enough quality policy initiatives to be able to stem this tide and get more children into school because the children are our future. And any country whose children are not educated, that country has no future. Even the educated ones have no future because those who are not educated, who are disempowered, will continue to be a threat to those who are educated. So I think what is government initiative? What is our budget allocation for education? When you talk about responses, we've had something like a free school feeding program to entice children, so to say, to increase enrollment and school retention. But has it been successful? There are states where contractors, politicians are given money, funds to provide feeding meals to schools, and those meals are not provided. They are shared among party members, and then the government keeps covering up. The allocation, the average allocation, United Nations accepted allocation, budgetary allocation for education is 26%. In Nigeria, 2018 budget is 7%. In some countries in Africa, it's even like Uganda, it's over 30%. Ghana is about 27%. So, but Nigeria is 8%. So, obviously, we are not even ready to tackle this situation. So, it's something that all of us should worry about.
Okay, all right, Mr. Justin, do you have something to say contrary to what Betty just said?
Betty seemed to be the expert here, but the truth of the matter is, I think that figure is bogus. Because
why?
I believe that whoever carried out that start did not come out with the right figure. But that aside.
No, what is your reason for that? What's your logic? What's the logic behind your claim?
We are a country of how many million?
Almost 2 million.
Almost 200 million.
And you say 8.7 million children are out of school.
That does not even represent 10%.
Yes, sir.
Because what does it really take to put a child in school?
Are you asking that question?
You're taking us
we are talking about the reality.
But because there are government schools,
poverty is taking them out of school.
We all cannot attend private schools.
Then have you been to the public school?
So a public school recently.
No, when you say a child is out of school,
not enrolled.
No, you are telling me that the parents do not have the financial capacity to put that child even in the government school. Is that what you are telling me?
Justin.
Can I respond to you? Let me respond. Can I respond to you, sir? You call me an expert. I run an NGO and we work with children in impoverished communities. Right in Lagos here, in some communities, we have more out-of-school children than the ones that are in school. In Makoko, for instance, the community is so impoverished that children pay school fees on a daily basis. 50 naira every day.
I know about that.
And yet there are so many children that cannot go to school in that same community.
I am not trying to be insensitive.
So when you talk about public schools, some parents, and you know, the poorer the communities, the more people have children.
I am not trying to be
So
insensitive.
when you have 10 children, and then you are going to put those children in school in the name of free school. You still have to buy uniform for them. You have to give them money for school every day. You have to give them
school shoes.
You have 10 children.
You have to pay PTA.
And the person has 10 children.
Justin,
I'm telling you the reality.
You don't seem to understand. I was telling
this
you.
is the reality.
Make me understand.
No, hold on. I was telling you a little while ago.
I can't believe this.
No, make me understand.
I'm in shock. See, Justin, listen. I was telling you a little while ago.
You are detached from reality.
I was telling you a little while ago privately that I was SA Media to a Minister of State for Education. And we worked very closely with education agencies and NGOs like hers. And we were shocked by the kind of information we were getting. All right? Now, UBEC, Universal Basic Education, whatever, in charge of basic education. The information they have, in fact, the release they came up with when this information came out that Nigeria has the highest level of out-of-school children, they said no, that it's slightly lower. They are not doubting it like you. They just said it's just they are giving a difference of 1 million.
Okay.
But I believe that UNESCO did this research. And then National Bureau of Statistics, owned by Nigeria.
Okay.
So this is both local and international research agencies.
So you can't doubt
Maybe I should speak. Now, I ask the same question again. What does it take to put a child in a public school?
Funding. Encouragement. Do you understand?
Okay, hold on, Mr. Peter. Do you think it's actually absolutely free if you actually want to put a child in public school?
It's not free.
No, do you
how
think
much
it's
does
free?
it take?
You know, someone
Because
once told me.
I'm a product of a public school.
Someone once told me, even among the poor, there's segregation.
Yes.
You know, even a poor man will tell you, I'm better than that
Yeah,
one.
the
That is
parents of
what
the
you are
poor.
exhibiting here.
I
You're trying to tell me-
never attended a private school.
I
did
did.
it.
I don't think anybody here went to a
So, myself, what does it take?
Things have changed.
Things have changed, Justin. You're
from
talking from a
your
privileged
time
background.
And now, if you visit any public school as we speak, you have in a classroom over 100 children to one teacher.
Okay,
How do you want them to
Now,
go?
let me
Classes are overcrowded.
let me shock you. The immediate past governor of Delta State, Dr. Duanga, well, I'm not a fan, but then there was a time he established the education marshal, like the Kai people, they had uniform, so they go about
take children to school.
You know,
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Okay, they call them edu marshal. Any child that of school age that is seen hawking on the street, they ask why, they take him to the father, then eventually the government has a way of trying to
enroll the child.
Returning the child to school.
Okay, so the responsibility now is actually some parents really want their children to go to school.
No, some of them want them as farmers. I have an
So
experience.
they
prefer the farming.
So
they prefer the
they
farming.
prefer them to be
And then-
to learn the shop business.
And then this out of school thing is pervasive in northern Nigeria.
It's in the north.
Please,
And
let's
then
be
you
serious.
have
It's
Boko Haram
pervasive.
insurgency
See, in the next
worsening
10
the
years,
situation.
in the next 10 years, there's going to be even a bigger crisis there. Because, like I said, I got to know because I was in that ministry before as a special assistant to a minister. So I know that's why the previous government established this Amajiri school. The biggest problem is the number of children out of school in northern Nigeria. The total figure released by UNESCO and the National Bureau of Statistics, 80% of that is from northern Nigeria.
Okay, but
They
then,
need
then
government must, if the government is investing, take for instance, 1 trillion in education, 80% of that 1 trillion should even go to northern Nigeria for the education of those
because it's
people.
good for everybody.
There's crisis there.
Okay, but now, do you know that about 4 months ago, a woman, she's a widow, and because I was close to the husband before, told me the eldest child, the boy, told her he doesn't want to go to school anymore.
Why?
And they are not from the north. So
No, we're not saying it doesn't. Justin, I can't believe you're
sorry,
saying
sir.
that. I said it is
Excuse me, sir.
pervasive.
And we
Excuse
have
me,
so many of them.
Justin, I said it is pervasive.
One at a time.
Let me make a point. You are trying to blame parents, you are trying to blame people. The onus rests
It's a
on the
collective
government.
responsibility.
It rests on the government.
No, it's
collective.
It's collective. It's
But
collective.
the government has to be the starting point.
It's collective.
Education
You
should be
cannot expect
universal.
government to do everything.
Okay,
Can I ask Justin a
Nigeria is
question?
signatory
Go ahead.
to all manner of United
Justin,
Nations
let me
treaties.
ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Now, let's leave the figure. Let's leave that.
Okay.
Let me ask you, do you think that our education sector is okay?
No.
In your own judgment?
No.
Okay, so that's the issue
No.
we're looking at here.
But is there anything okay?
Thy child decides not to go to
Okay,
school.
let me.
But
let me
A child can decide not to go to school. A child can decide to learn a trade. Somebody must go to school.
So for
somebody
you,
must go.
education is not fundamental.
Let me come
Is that what you're trying to say?
Education is not. It's not. You don't force education on somebody.
Sir, let me.
Nigeria,
excuse me, sir.
If you do not go to school, if you do not want to go to school, you do not want to go to
Excuse
school.
me, sir. Nigeria, we are governed, we are under a legitimate government. Nigeria is signatory to all kinds of United Nations territories,
So you need a
including
gun, you need a gun to
right
take a child to school.
compulsory education. So government must ensure that
It's a
every
right.
child is
Child
in
right.
school. It's the right of that child.
education
Because a child does not know his or her rights. Excuse me, sir.
Hold on.
The child does not know his or her rights. The parents may not even know the implication. It's the responsibility of government to ensure that the child is in school.
Yeah.
Free access to free universal education.
Hold on. Gave us free education at the point. I enjoyed it.
One house.
The child does
One
not
house,
want, and then you go and rest.
Yes.
One house.
Child
Let's
will be a
not
threat
disrupt the
to the
program.
society.
Justin, can I ask you another question?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Are your children in school?
Yes, they are.
Why do you let your children go to school?
Because they want to go to school, and I also want them to go to school.
You want them? So what if
Supposing
tomorrow
one of
your
them
child
refuses?
But I am
going
not
to
saying.
school?
Listen.
If your child says
No, but
he
no.
or she doesn't want to go to school, what would you do?
What did you do?
Justin, I'm worried about.
what
I'm
you
worried
do.
about these views that
Our
were
sister-
espoused.
No,
You know why I'm
listen.
worried?
Oh, God.
Children are on holidays now.
Yeah,
and
they are
they are watching you. Please don't believe Justin.
No, that's an emotional blackmail. That's an emotional blackmail. The issue is this: if a father wants the child to go to school, I am a product of a public school. I never had the chance to attend a private school up to this point in my life.
So
It was not even involved during your
just like
time.
most of us.
No, they were private schools.
No, it was not common.
No, they were
It
private
was not
schools.
common.
I'm a son of a principal, 2 teachers for that matter. So you can understand that, yes, I went to school because I saw that there is value in education.
You must be a very brilliant person. You saw it at that early age.
No, it's not a question of seeing it because I enjoyed the coming of school. I enjoyed the coming of school. If my father was a farmer and he said I should follow him to farm, and maybe I would have been a farmer by now.
Okay.
But you'd have probably been an educated farmer. That's it.
There's
No,
nothing wrong with
maybe
farming.
I would have followed my father immediately using the hoe and this thing. So it's not a question. It's not by. It's what you. There are some little children now learning how to sell tomatoes because their parents sell tomatoes.
What I've taken away from this conversation is that it is the government's responsibility goes even beyond encouraging.
It's collective.
No, beyond collective. That they equally
To
now need
enforce.
to enforce,
And
and
make
then
it
they equally now need
compulsory.
to reorientate some of us who are parents who have this kind of laissez-faire approach to education.
I remember Atiku Abubakar's interview. One time they said when he was a child, he didn't want to go to school, he ran away. That the police then arrested his father to force him to go to school. And he is grateful for that. Being an educated Nigerian, being an educated Northerner, because that opened doors for him. We should go back to that era where parents are sanctioned for not condoning their children's
Nobody is condoning anything. Yes. If I've asked this same question that nobody wants to answer, what does it take to put your child in public school?
I have told you.
It takes a lot.
It takes a
Justin.
lot. Like what?
Investment. Like what exactly?
Investment from the part of government. Encouragement from the on
like
the part
what
of
exactly?
parents.
It takes you to pay. I know some churches who own private schools that you pay 500,000 a session.
That's a different argument.
But how much does it pay? How much does it take?
We're talking about enrollment at the primary level. We're not talking about university now.
How much does it take?
Did you see? She read that the UNESCO definition of out of school.
I have put children
She
in
read
school.
it out.
Children that are not mine. So, and I know
because you have the resources.
Public school, no problem. Because I cannot put my own in private and put your own in private. I don't have that kind of resources. I'm not the son of.
But you did that because the parents could not afford to.
Yes, because the parents actually want the children to go to school. So first of all, you must want your child to go to school.
What if the resources are not there?
Hold on, Mr. Justin. You were asking her what are the things or what does it take?
What does it cost, really, financially?
What does it cost? Do you know there are times that these kids go to school and the teacher tells them to bring money almost on a daily basis?
Uniform, to sew uniform.
They even need food to go to school.
Wait a minute.
They need to
Even your desk.
Alero.
Can we talk one at a time?
Alero.
I do know that there have been instances in public schools where some children come to school and they collapse, they faint because
no food.
They've not eaten from home. They come to school hungry, nothing to eat in school, and they go back home hungry. These are issues.
They should stop school.
Hold on, Justin. Look, that is why we're discussing the education sector. Things are not the way they should be. Government intervention in education in Nigeria has not, really helped anything.
Has government intervention in any sector?
We know that.
Been very wonderful.
Education is basic.
Education is basic.
Fundamental. Education is basic.
I told a friend some couple of days ago
that
we have lost it. I'm in shock. No, listen, because this is emotional blackmail.
You are
when you say
from reality.
my brother here is saying he cannot believe what he's hearing. You are saying that, Alero is saying that, even Betty is saying that.
I'm saying that you are shocked.
Okay, granted. Yes, I've been blackmailed emotionally, and I admit. But do you understand one thing? One thing you should also understand is this. If you're the father or the mother, you really want your child to go to school, he will know what to do.
Like still?
You will not wait. Okay, do you have anything you do at all?
No, babe.
No, do you have anything you do at all? Because you just give birth to the children and give birth to them, give birth to them.
Justin, it would appear you
No, do you just procreate?
Justin,
keep children into this one to suffer?
Justin, it appears you live in Ikoyi. I live in Egbeda, and in the environment.
I live in Surulere, so what's the difference?
But let me tell you my experience. The experience of the environment is that you see people of different backgrounds. People who can't even afford to eat, people who can afford to eat, people who can afford to send their children to private school, and those who cannot afford, and they send them to public schools, and these public schools are not even, good enough. And that even to send them to this public school, they have to pay for uniforms and all that, and they have to even eat breakfast to even go to the state school. So these are challenges.
My father was not a rich man.
These are challenges.
My father was not a rich man.
Okay, all right, let's look at feedbacks from our viewers. Let's not continue with this. Sonny from Kano.
I know they will attack me.
This is blackmail. This is blackmail.
You're blackmailing them emotionally.
You're blackmailing them emotionally.
Sonny from Kano says hi. The man at the middle. That's you, Justin.
Yeah. I know. They will come for my head. They will kill me. I know.
The man at the middle, disputing the figures, is he a Nigerian? And does he live in Nigeria?
What proof does he have about the
figures?
figures?
And research. The figures given is too small. Leah's mom said no more school for her kids, so as well other parents, because of insecurity, poverty, religion, tradition, etc.
They will always bring all these things into it. I know.
All right, this one says, it's really shocking that Mr. Justin is attempting to deny obvious statistics to defend the government that pays lip service to education.
Yeah, this is the first government. In fact, it's Buhari's government that is, because it's Buhari that's president, that is why everything has collapsed. Yes,
no, that's not what you are
saying. No, because listen to the statement.
Can I continue?
Go ahead.
Please do.
Thank you. I love your program. Government school is not free. We pay 500 naira a term. We buy marker, biro, and yet some children will come to school even without exercise book or pencil. Justin, I made a statement here earlier.
You pay 500 naira a term.
Hold on. Even amongst the poor, there's segregation.
Yes.
I know you, Justin, you are not a rich man.
I am not a rich man.
But you are denying.
I'm not a rich man yet.
You are in denial.
Obvious poor.
No. You are getting me wrong.
I find it shocking.
No, you are getting me wrong.
You're my senior colleague. I know. But I find it really
shocking.
You are alarmed.
You need intervention.
The truth of the matter is that we all cannot share the same views.
I understand
that.
But
these are basic facts.
These
are basic
We're not talking
facts and
politics
realities.
here. We're not talking.
I am not being political here either.
No, nobody's blaming any government of the day. We're only just saying realistic.
Okay.
It's not a
but that is why you have me here.
It's not a problem of the present government.
No, but that is why you have me here anyway.
The problem predates
we
them.
all you are betting now and towing the same line.
Okay.
You have somebody like me. So that you people can point out and say that's the bad guy.
Our time is really up. We have to go. Mr. Justin here, who is talking, his children attend of
One
the
of the
finest
best
private schools. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, nobody should.
Justin,
Thank you
if
so
you are
much,
denying, if you are denying,
Thank you, Justin Akpovi.
No.
We'll talk after we leave.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Betty Abba.
I should have apologized to them because I must have offended their sensibilities.
There's no need.
Both public and private.
We know where we stand.
No need.
We know our friends. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Nelson from Yanokwaja. Thank you for the message. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.